Hey everybody, it's me, John Ward, and I am here with Cody Tudor, and we are back with our second video. Two Nick Cage fans review one film. And I think it's funny that our first video, the primary film that we were talking about is Vampire's Kiss, where Nicolas Cage thinks he's a vampire. And now we're going to be looking at a film, Renfield, where he is a vampire. He is Dracula. So for the third video, does he still need to be a vampire or think he's a vampire?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's up to what he does next. It'll fit in.
I mean, he did produce Shadow of the Vampire. So should that be
True.
the next one to follow the vampire trope?
Yeah, yeah. Knock out the trilogy.
Yeah. So maybe I think that he needs to do well, he needs to keep doing them so we can keep doing videos. So
Right.
so let's start off with, since Renfield is the prime thing on the video. Um, did you like it? Did you see it? What did you think of it?
Yeah, I went and saw it. I want to say the Thursday, open on Friday. I think I watched it the night before, and I liked it. I don't with a lot of his more recent stuff. A lot of those movies are ones that I don't know if I'd like it if he hadn't been in it. But I don't think it would have been as good of a movie had he not been in it, because he was just very much a character in this movie.
Right. So if somebody like, I don't know, Brad Pitt was in it and played it more Brad Pitt like.
Right. Yeah. I don't know that I would like. I'm not a fan of vampire movies, so I don't even
Oh,
know that I would have messed with it had it not been Nick Cage.
so same thing with Vampire's Kiss then. If it was somebody else in the role, Tom Hanks, maybe you probably wouldn't have watched it then.
Yeah. I don't think he'd have been as good. I mean, that, especially Vampire's Kiss. I mean, that movie was totally Nick Cage, like that, without his little stuff that you would see him do more and more as he hit 90s and Face Off and stuff like that. Like that was very much him starting the seed of him doing his little Cageisms.
Yeah, I keep showing people the Vampire's Kiss, but it's like the life of a film producer, and they just use all that footage from that movie, and it still holds up. It's still hilarious, and it's still true. The person did a really good job with putting that together. You could watch that on YouTube. Um, I liked the movie, but I'm in agreement with you. I think it. I think I enjoyed it because Nick Cage was in it. I am not a huge Aquafina fan. I have to admit that just the song that she did for Little Mermaid is so awful and just dreadful. And I just don't find her that funny. I just don't. I'm just not. So she's fine in the movie because she's more like a tough person and not necessarily trying to be funny. But that's the only person where I'm like, maybe they could have casted somebody else. But I mean, she's fine. But yeah, I always wonder with stuff like this, like things like Mandy and Color of Space and things are is Nick Cage in somebody's mind? When they're doing it, like, oh, it'd be great as Dracula as they're writing it. Oh, Nicolas Cage. Let's see if we can get him.
I mean, I would think so, and especially I'm sure a lot of these kind of off the wall independent stuff he's done lately. I'm sure a lot of people are like, oh, he would be perfect for it, but I don't think he'll do it. And I like the fact that a lot of the stuff he's done over the last several years have been him doing, like, last I'd say 5 or 10 years. He's more doing some of the scripts that he wants to do, not so much the stuff he has to do just to get caught back up on all his financial stuff. So I think because of that, we're getting a lot of these more odd, like I think Color Out of Space. That was, if they didn't have Nick Cage in mind, I think he was definitely up for it because he's a big Lovecraft fan, and just a lot of the stuff he's done over the last 5 or 10 years have been a lot more stuff of him taking chances with just doing these off the wall, oddball kind of movies that you wouldn't see 90s action Nicolas Cage in.
Right. And I wonder for something like Renfield, there is that picture going around, that like that old kind of Civil War picture of Nick Cage, and everybody's like, is Nicolas Cage a vampire? Is he immortal? What is this? And then he came out going, no, that was just a picture for like a movie that I guess never got made or something like that. But I
Yeah,
wonder if that kind of planted seeds in people's mind to have him actually play a vampire or Dracula.
which I mean, I will say, I think he looks younger now than he did like in Face Off.
Well, maybe he has his old face.
That's
Maybe
true.
maybe he has that machine, and then he just
Yeah.
keeps using that old face over and over again. Um,
Right.
I do want to bring up two films that are kind of Nicolas Cage ish in a way. One is the new Indiana Jones movie, and
Okay.
which I did see and I did not like. I cannot stand Kathleen Kennedy. I dislike Disney with a passion. I think that she has destroyed franchises. She is known as Kathleen Kennedy the Destroyer, or Kathleen Kennedy the Destroyer of franchises. And I was thinking, okay, well, obviously she has this IP because of Lucas. So, she destroyed Star Wars, and then she destroyed Willow, and now let's destroy Indiana Jones. But then I was thinking, well, wait, but isn't National Treasure Disney? And I would have much rather had a National Treasure 3, since that awful TV show bombed, with Nicolas Cage, than having a late 70s 80-year-old Harrison Ford being the
Right.
grumpy old man, kind of like he was as Han Solo, kind of like how Mark Hamill was as Luke Skywalker. That's what Kathleen Kennedy likes to do, is to take legacy characters and just make them grumpy old men, and then the young women around them are the Mary Sues. But I think it would have been I think a much better idea to do National Treasure 3. Is that something that you want to see?
I know when they announced the TV show, I was excited, and then they said that he wouldn't be part of it, and there were rumblings about, like, maybe it could lead into a crossover for part 3, and maybe he'd show up for an episode. And then I've heard off and on for years that 3 might still happen, and Nick Cage is interested. I mean, I'd be all for it. I'm a big history buff, so I mean, you're combining two things that I really really enjoy, so I'd be all for it.
Yeah, I kind of thought like, and I know the two are apples and oranges, but I kind of saw like Ghost Rider is kind of like National Treasure, where it's like a higher budget, a higher quality, better writing. And then like National Treasure 2 is more like Ghost Rider 2, where
Right.
the writing's not as great, the budget's not as big, it's not looked at as favorably as the first ones. So I think as long as they can make a just a good third film with a good script, with a good idea, I would still love to see it. I mean, it's not like the guy is 100, so I think that
Right. I mean, yeah, I mean, if you can put Harrison Ford in an action movie when he's 80, you can put Nicolas Cage in there when he's in his late 50s. I'm thinking he's in his late 50s. He might be a little bit older than that. I hope he isn't.
he is. I was when I before we started this, I looked him up on Wikipedia to get his movies, and he is. How old is he? I'm 55, so he's. Oh, that's actually the picture for National Treasure. How old is he? He is. Oh, come on, well, he was born in 1964. He's a California boy. He was born in
so he's
Long Beach.
so he's 58 or
Yeah,
possibly 59, depending on when his birthday is.
right. So, and he still lives out here in Vegas, which is nice. So I
I know
heard that all
I'm
of
still
his.
waiting on you to send me a picture and a story that you finally ran into.
Oh, I'm so hoping that he comes in and like needs a storage unit or something like that, and then I could just be sitting there at my computer, and then you just the camera just sees me go. So I've already met at the last place I worked at, Donny Osmond, who was really awesome. I met Morris Day at the time, Michael Jackson's dad, Dee Schneider, Twisted Sister. So I
Yeah.
think now it's time for for Nicolas Cage to come in and want a storage unit.
Yes, it is.
I would be so paranoid of his stuff getting ripped off, though, because storage units get ripped off all the time.
Right.
I mean, I'd be like, no, we need to put like security around it and have like a guard with a gun there. And so I was so paranoid of like Donny Osmond stuff getting ripped off.
Or maybe he'd forget about it and the rent would go out, and then you'd be able to purchase his
Yeah, because
his storage locker.
that would be awesome, because back in the day before COVID, is everything was done on site. So they would just look at the kind of like Storage Wars, but not really, because that's all fake.
Right.
But we could get like $1,000, $2,000 for a storage unit. Now it's all done online, and you're lucky to get even like $100. So I could buy Nicolas Cage's storage unit for probably like $20, and then just have my room of Cage, you know, kind of like in what is it? What is it? I always get the title wrong. The massive
unbearable weight of massive talent.
Thank you.
His shrine he has, what, Javier?
Yeah. We'll get to that one too. Because I think that's the film that he said that he is now out of debt. And then I went, oh no, I don't want you to be out of debt because I don't want you making Con Air 2. I still want you to make Mandy and Pig and stuff like that. Really weird and bizarre movies. So then the second film is The Flash, which is tanked beyond belief, that they're now doing the same thing that they did with Shazam, Fury of the Gods, and they're doing the 30-day thing. So now it bombs so bad that you can now watch it on Max in 30 days. So, but my reason for bringing that, and of course, Indiana Jones is bombing too. They're saying that it's made so much less than Crystal Skull that it's ridiculous on its opening weekend. But I liked that they brought in the Nicolas Cage Superman. I thought that was funny. I thought it looked like crap. I thought, for the most part, all the CGI in The Flash looked horrible. Surprisingly, the best thing in the movie I thought was Supergirl. I thought that she had the most interesting character, and
great.
Yeah, she's hot. She was a good actress, and so I dug her. But I was thinking with Nicolas Cage, because a lot of the Superman that they showed are, they're no longer here. They're dead. But Nicolas Cage is still alive. So why not shoot one day with him? And
he would have done it.
Yeah, pay him, a few bones and have him come in. And he doesn't need the long hair, because I don't know if he was even supposed to have the long hair in Superman Lives.
I don't know. I mean, I think you've watched it too. I think we've talked about that documentary.
Yeah.
Death of Superman Lives, what happened. I don't remember. I don't know if that was just for that day where they did that like screen test or the costume test, and just I don't quite remember if he just happened to have it on, or like, hey, just throw this on and let's see what it looks like.
That's what I took it as. And they've shown, I'll send you the link. There's it's like 15 minutes where a guy, what happened to this movie? And it looks pretty good because he shows a lot of like drawings. And one of them is a color drawing of Nicolas Cage, but his hair is more like a pompadour. And then he's got kind of like the hair, like the cowlick that, or cowlick that hangs down. So it's like, okay, well, maybe they were going to do something with the long hair, but I always took it as, yeah, he was just there doing like a costume test, and then they would probably cut the hair later, or do something else with it. So have him on set, have him there for like one day, that Zod killed Superman as the baby, and now it's Supergirl. And then for Superman to show up and like totally be like, what the hell? There's Superman. And it's and the camera turns and it's Nick Cage. I would have clapped. I would have cheered.
I mean, he named one of his kids after Superman. So I mean, there's no way he wouldn't do it.
Exactly. And that's the thing. I mean, yeah, obviously, a lot of the other Supermans, like I said, have passed away or whatever, or you would probably have to do de-aging maybe on like Helen Slater. So you might as well stick with the Supergirl from the 80s. Then there was Christopher Reeves and Christopher Reeve. But Nick Cage is there. Take advantage of him, When
I saw Flash opening weekend, I liked it. I was worried about it just because of all the Ezra Miller stuff. I was glad it finally came out, because it was like Keaton's finally doing it, and then it looked like it wasn't going to happen. I liked it. I'm with you on the CGI, and then I've heard interviews with the director saying that was the plan to make it look like that. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? There's no way you would. There's no way you purposely did that. Like, that just cheapened the movie. It looked like we were watching like some direct to video junk or something like that. It
The
just
film
completely
was
took.
made 3 years ago, kind of like Indiana Jones. Is out of all the Indiana Jones movies, it's the most expensive one. I think it's like the 13th most expensive movie ever made. So the film has to basically make something like $2 billion just to hit a profit. I mean, the film has to make somewhere between like $1 billion and $2 billion. And because I think they projected for like a $60 million opening, and which isn't even close to what Crystal Skull was with the flat. And I thought the de-aging on that looked okay. You know, the effects and stuff were fine. You know, everything was okay. I just didn't like the story that much. I thought it would have been much more interesting if the villain did use the Dial of Destiny to go back to World War II, kill Hitler, and take over, and Indy had to stop him, and then still make it look like Hitler committed suicide.
Right.
You know, like maybe Mad's body is the one that's in the ditch that they burned.
Yeah.
And like history never knew about it or something. Instead of going, why Archiles or whatever his name is, it's who cares, you know, so what?
Yeah.
But with the Flash, I thought it was, once again, it's you know, like Indiana Jones with all of its reshoots, especially its ending. The original ending for Indiana Jones is he dies, and she takes over because you know, man bad, woman good in the world of Kathleen Kennedy, and they reshot that because it got such a horrible test response. But with the Flash, that was another one that they had to do like a 10,000 reshoots, and they spent all this money, so it's like the most expensive DC movie ever made. And I thought it was a jumbled mess. I hated everything with Ezra Miller. I don't like him to begin with. I think he ruined the remake of The Stand. So I don't think I've ever liked him. But then once they hit that prison and Supergirl popped out, I was like, oh shit, now it's good. Now I like it. And I did like that Zod killed Superman, and I liked all that type of stuff. I thought Michael Keaton was boring. I thought it kind of looked like he was just there to pick up a check. He was dull. I don't really want to see Batman during the day either. I can't, you know, he's supposed to be a night guy. Superman's more day. But I just would have loved it if Nicolas Cage was there to kind of bring it back around to Nicolas Cage. So
Yeah, and I like Michael Shannon as an actor, and I saw some interview he did after this where he was really excited to do Man of Steel, and this one was kind of like he just showed up to play dress up for a day and didn't really tell or didn't really care. And I think you can tell that he doesn't bring as much to the character this time around.
yeah, he maybe you saw the same interview where he's like, my agent called me and wants to know if you want to play Zod again, and he goes, I don't know, do I really want to? And the agent's like, well, this is a different Zod. It's in a multiverse. And he goes, I don't even know what a multiverse is.
Right. Yeah, I think we watched. Yeah, I think we watched the same one.
Yeah, so it's hilarious, and it's on all those videos of stars that hate the movies they're in.
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty funny. So, but I mean, those are two films where I would have much rather seen something with Nicolas Cage, you know, in it instead of what we got. So, you know.
Yeah.
But we do have movies to show off. And as I told Cody, I was way too lazy to look at our first video. So I just grabbed everything I have, which includes a lot of new stuff. Because places like Hamilton Book, Deep Discounts, and other places are selling their Blu-rays for really cheap. And a lot of them are the Nicolas Cage movies. So I picked up a whole bunch of them, and now I have a lot more. You probably have more than I do. So it's I probably have as many Tom Cruise movies as you do Nicolas Cage. So for me, they're both the GOAT, and I think they're almost tied for me. It kind of just depends on what they're doing. But yeah, I think my stack of Tom Cruise stuff might equal your stack of Nick Cage stuff. But I have to improve with.
I think that would definitely be a great idea for us to do the next time.
Oh,
let's do a Tom Cruise.
Do Tom Cruise or Tom Cruise and Nick Cage? Or
we just do like we can do what we did with Nick Cage and just do a Tom Cruise version of it. Because you probably have more Cruise than I do, but I still got a pretty decent batch because he's right up there with Nick Cage for me too. Which I mean, you already know that we've talked about it several times.
Yeah, I have very little DVD. Actually, he's where am I looking at? Yeah, this is it. This is all him on just DVD. But I have over in my Blu-ray stack, yeah, they're like that.
Right.
Because now I'm finding all the Blu-rays really cheap. So
Yeah.
I only try to get with these like special editions, like War of the Worlds, Lions and Lambs, stuff like that, that have like a booklet or something inside.
Right.
But eventually I'll probably get those on. Well, and I think,
Well,
yeah, Vanilla Sky, I have not been able to find on Blu-ray.
I love Vanilla Sky.
I hated it when I first saw it, and now I love it. And there's at one point where I really didn't like Tom Cruise, and it's just like, fuck, God, this guy just needs to shut up. And I think that was during his whole Scientology thing, you know, jumping on sofas and Matt
Katie
Lauder
Holmes
and
stuff.
oh my God, yeah, yeah, and how he's just like, oh no, we met each other and fell in love. No, your agent contacted her agent because he heard her say that she had a poster of you up when she was a teenager and you're going to sign a 10-year contract. And, you know, that's, you know, I don't even think they had sex. I think it was all artificial because the kid does look like both of them. So it's definitely their kid. It's not like adopted. But but that's a whole other video. And I think that's a good idea. So two Tom Cruise fans talking, you know, reviewing one film. Maybe we could do Mission Impossible or something.
Yeah.
So, because of that, I'm looking forward to. That's next week.
Yeah, me too.
So who wants to go first with showing their stuff?
You go right ahead. I found a few more. I've got 5 DVDs, and then the rest of my stuff's Blu-rays.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I maybe have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's what I thought. 10. No, I have less than 10. I have 9 because this one I'm going to bring up later. Okay. So I thought it would be appropriate to. I don't own Renfield on Blu-ray yet.
I don't either. I figured Black Friday I'll probably snag it.
Yeah, I found it used for like $12 through Amazon.
Not bad.
Yeah. So I thought I'd probably pick it up. But yeah, I don't own it yet, which was surprising. Oh, and I didn't give really, I kind of did, but my review on it, I mostly focused on Aquafina. But I thought Nicolas Cage was great. Nicholas Hoult, is that his name?
I think so.
Yeah, 2 Nicholases. I thought he was really good as Renfield. I liked all the Dracula kind of tropes in it, like him having to be invited in, and then Renfield going like, "No, don't do that." I did not like the ending. I don't like how, like, everybody from that group was resurrected and was normal.
Right. Yeah, that was odd.
Yeah, I think he should have just gone to a different group, like start over again.
Right.
And just be like, oh, new group, new friends, new life. Dracula's gone, you know, allegedly. I guess if the film did better, maybe we'd get Renfield 2. But I wish it would have done better just because of Nicolas Cage. But yeah, I mean, I think I enjoyed it more than you did. But yeah, I did not like the ending. I just thought how is that even possible for the I mean, the cops went in there and saw blood all over Renfield, and they would have taken the bodies away and put them in the morgue and all that stuff. So that doesn't make sense to me.
Well, yeah, why would you go and take the trouble to go get them all to like reanimate them so you can have your group again? Like, why not just? It seemed like it'd be a lot easier just to go find another group.
Yeah, I mean, there's hundreds of groups out there.
Yeah,
I did find it funny that he kept interrupting the one woman that every time that he, that she started, he's like, again, can I please finish one story here? That I thought was funny.
Yeah, that was funny.
And I did like the Renfield eating bugs to get his, to get strong. I like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I recommend it. I like the movie. So I think I thought it'd be appropriate to then start off with Vampire's Kiss. So a film that you had seen many years before me. I avoided this movie for a long time until I found it at Dollar Tree. And then you were like, dude, seriously? Why haven't you watched this movie yet? I'm like, I don't know. It just looked bad for the trailers. And then I watched it and I loved it because he's so crazy in it. So
it's a great commentary too. He's actually in on the commentary if you haven't had a chance to. It's a good listen.
Is that on what the Blu-ray or because I think this is
on the DVD? It's I think it's on the DVD.
It doesn't list anything. This is MGM, so I think it's like bare bones.
Maybe it isn't. I know it's on the new Blu-ray for sure. Yeah, I think they may have done it for the I want to say maybe they did it for the Blu-ray, but I don't think they did. but it's pretty good. Like their memory is pretty good on the movie, so I would think they would have done it not too far after it came out.
Yeah, because I think this was brought out with for Dollar Tree. MGM gave them a whole bunch of movies, a
Yeah,
lot of Woody Allen films and
yeah,
New York and stuff, and they're all bare bones. Like there's nothing on
yeah.
them. So this is part of that, I think. So I would have preferred this back picture to on the front, you know, with the
Yeah,
bat and
the
then him
front
being.
picture's weird. Like it kind of gives you a weird. I don't know. It almost looks like it's from a different movie.
Yeah, it's like it's almost like he's Keanu Reeves, you know, like whoa.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's like you
just with
showed
his
him a magic trick or something.
yeah, with his mouth open. Yeah, I don't know,
Yeah,
not a great picture there. And then of course next, which I really like.
like that movie.
Yeah, shot out here in Vegas, which is awesome. The movie makes no sense. You cannot put
Right.
any logic to what his power is because it kind of keeps changing for what they need it to be. But it's I liked it. It's a lot of fun. So
Yep.
and then Bangkok Dangerous, which a
I
friend
think
of
I've only
mine.
seen it once, but I liked it.
I haven't watched it yet. I need to. A friend of mine goes, "That is a horrible title. They should change that title." And I said, "It's a remake. That's the original title of the movie. It's called Bangkok Dangerous."
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, I haven't seen that. This one I've seen a few times. So maybe I should have used one of those times to watch Bangkok Dangerous, knowing, which I think is an awesome film.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I want to get the other cover that's kind of like the Mylar.
Yeah.
That I want that. I found this for like $1 at Zia Records, and I'm like, oh shit, I'll pick that up. Um,
Right.
but I would prefer to have that Mylar one or just the Blu-ray. But
Yeah, I know what you're
knowing
talking
is,
about.
I love knowing. I think it's really good. This one I haven't seen because it's from a recent purchase. I think probably from Hamilton Book, and it's got like also the Spanish title. I noticed that they did this with a lot of stuff that goes to Dollar Tree, but I didn't get this from Dollar Tree. But it's Between Worlds. Haven't seen this one
Yeah,
yet.
it's a weird
But
one.
yeah, it's got its Spanish title here and here,
Yeah.
and then they do the description down here also. So, but yeah, I want to see that one. This is one that made me mad. So I did buy this on one of the sales that and so I think I maybe only paid $5, but then only like a week later, you know, after I got it, I found it at Dollar Tree for like $1.50, and I was like, son of a bitch. And that's Vengeance, a Love Story.
Yeah.
Haven't seen it.
I want to say that's another one he did down in New Orleans, if I remember right.
Oh, okay. It's got some decent people in it. Don Johnson.
Yes, it's not bad. Like the story isn't really anything special, but it's not bad.
Okay. Uh, and then this one, I guess, is pretty notorious. Some people like it, some people hate it. But and I think I only found it for like $7 at Walmart, so I picked it up. Prisoners of the Ghostland.
I
So
liked it.
this I have not seen yet, but I'm happy that it's got its slip jacket. So yeah, it looks crazy. So
Yeah, it's a weird. I don't remember who. I don't remember if the director was a name I recognize or not, but I mean Nicolas Cage and Bill Moseley. I was like, it was. I liked it, and it's very like just it's an odd movie. It's very weird. It's like it's two or three different movies in one.
yeah, Bill Moseley, Nick Cassavetes. Yeah, so it's got a couple people in it. Yeah, so looking forward to that. This I did watch, and I really, for the most part, I really enjoyed it, which is, I have to read it because I don't remember it like you do. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. So I did enjoy this quite a bit.
Yeah,
What was your thoughts on Nick playing Nick? Well, I should say
I
Nicholas playing Nick.
right. I liked it. I mean, being a big fan. I mean, there's obviously some stuff I wish he would have threw in there too, but I like the we still got the Wicker Man, not the bees part at the very end, and
That's
there
fine.
was there was enough in there that I like. I'm sure I had high hopes going in. I don't feel like I was disappointed.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, is this because on this has the it's the South by Southwest Film Festival Q&A, and I don't know. I really hope Nicolas Cage is like this, because he seemed so nice and so humble and so
Yeah.
into what he was making and like concerned with like cast and crew that I'm like, God, please make him that way. Please make him, yeah, like if you saw him in a supermarket and you're like, Mr. Cage, I'm sorry for disturbing you. Was it, I'm a big fan. Could I take a picture with you? And he'd be like, oh yeah, sure. And then you take it, then he leaves. I would hate to
Right.
think that he's just a dick, and that it's all just an act or something. I'm really hoping it's not.
Yeah,
Because
he
he
was.
doesn't,
I watched that special feature too, and like he didn't seem like some guy that's been doing this, for 30 or 40 years. Like he just seemed like he was still just in awe that people are enjoying this movie, and that just. I mean, I'm with you on that. Like he seemed like a really good dude as
yeah.
far as that thing for sure.
Yeah, and I thought everybody was good in it. Pedro Pascal I thought was good, and I mean I like him anyways. I thought he was the best thing in Wonder Woman 1984. Well, the only good thing in Wonder Woman 1984. It looked like he was having a blast.
Yeah.
Everybody else was taking it so seriously, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. I haven't heard the audio commentary yet, but yeah, see, like this, like here he is, like taking a picture with somebody right there. I'm hoping that's
Yeah.
how. And then the last one that I have is it's a triple feature, but I think yeah, everything's on it on separate discs. So it's Joe, Lord of War, and The Frozen Ground.
Love Lord of War. Frozen Ground was pretty good. Joe was okay.
Okay. Oh, Joe was
But
directed by David Gordon Green.
oh, there you go.
Lord of War is Andrew Nicole, and Frozen Ground is Scott Walker. Not sure who that is, but out of all of these, I've only seen Lord of War that I saw in the theater when it originally came out.
Talking about doing a sequel too. Hopefully it'll happen.
Lords of War or Lord of Wars or Warlord, as he
Yeah.
points out in the movie, because the guy's
Yeah.
saying it wrong.
Thank you, but I prefer it my way.
Yeah, yeah. And the other one, Frozen Ground, has John Cusack.
It's good.
So, what happened to that guy? Like,
He was
he was like the thing for a while, and then he just kind of disappeared.
Yeah, like he hit the direct to video market for a while too, and then just I don't know if he's still there. I can't think of a Cusack movie I've seen in a while. That's probably the most recent one, and that one came out I'd say probably 15 years ago.
That's a shame. I mean, he's a good actor. So I remember him in 16 Candles.
Yeah.
And he was just like the friend of the geek, of Anthony Michael Hall. And you would think that Anthony Michael Hall, because he was the lead guy, would be the big actor in the future. But no, he kind of bottomed out and plateaued at some point. Now he's doing well. But Cusack, just the guy in the background, did pretty well.
Yeah.
Just like Nick
I liked
Cage.
him in I liked him in Identity.
Oh, love that movie. I've seen it a few times. Yeah, he is great in that.
Good movie.
And then, of course, Nick Cage was in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yeah.
In the background.
Right.
So, and then he becomes this big guy. I mean, who knows, So, but that's all my DVD. So what you got?
All right. What's fun? I think out of my set, I think we only have the same one. I think we only have one that's the same. But first one I don't think this one ever got a Blu-ray release. Is Trapped in Paradise.
Okay.
Him doing a comedy with Dana Carvey and John Lovitz, where they go to some small town. They're all freshly out of prison, and they decide to rob this sleepy town bank. And they end up getting snowed in for the weekend, and the bank owner and his wife take him in, and it's not bad. I liked it. It was weird seeing him do a comedy, especially like in the mid. This came out in '94, so right around Face Off. But it's good. I liked it. It's worth a watch. It was him and Carvey and Lovitz, his brothers. It's pretty funny. Not too shabby.
I worked as an usher in the theater that played that movie.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You told me that. That's right. This is probably in my top 5 Nicolas Cage movies and 8mm.
Damn, did I? Oh,
I
okay.
want to say I think this one recently got a Blu-ray release. I don't have it yet, but Joel Schumacher movie. I really really like this one. I think it was probably a little bit ahead of its time just for the material. But
very dark. It's a heavy movie.
Had Joaquin Phoenix working in a sex shop, and Catherine Keener was in it, and it was really good. I really really liked this movie.
Yeah, dealing with snuff movies.
Yep. And his Scorsese movie that I liked, it's kind of hit or miss. Some people didn't like it. I
I
liked
need
him
that
and
one.
John Goodman as ambulance drivers. I thought it was really good, and Patricia Arquette being his kind of his love interest in it. But I liked it. It's good. It's almost kind of like a variation of his Leaving Las Vegas character, where he's just run down and exhausted just for different reasons.
And he was married to Patricia Arquette for a few years.
Yep. This one also I feel like kind of slipped through the cracks. I really liked it. Weatherman.
I love the Weatherman.
I thought he
The
did.
the two that, because you say, fall between the cracks. That's true. Weatherman I think is great. Michael Caine in that is awesome.
Yep.
The daughter's hilarious, and the other one is The Family Man,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
really good. It's like I think the only good thing Brett Ratner has ever directed, because it seemed like he was really into it.
Yeah. I remember I went and saw this one in theaters, and I liked like you. I thought that. I mean, they tried to make Michael Caine and him kind of have some of the same isms, which was nice. But I thought it was great. And then just seeing him, you still got a little bit crazy Cage in there where he flipped out on a couple people. So I mean, there's definitely it's really good. I really liked it, and his daughter was really funny in the movie. And then the last one I have was the first one you showed, and that's of course Vampire's Kiss.
Vampire's Kiss, yeah. Well, another one that fell between the cracks, Matchstick Men.
I love Matchstick Man.
That is really good. Yeah.
That's probably if I don't know if I could put it in a top five, but it would definitely be higher up in a top 10. That was a very like him having his OCD and then finding out that he's taking what water pills or whatever it was, and he takes like those pills he found in the garbage disposal that he accidentally garbage disposed up to the pharmacy, and was it tells that guy like, if you ever been hit so hard that you pissed blood, the guy that wouldn't move in the pharmacy. Oh, it's so good, such a good movie.
It is really good. Okay, so starting with Blu-ray, I kept forgetting that I have this movie because it's a collection, but this surprisingly is a Dollar Tree film, and it's got all good movies in it. But today I bring it up because Birdie is in it,
Oh yeah.
which is one of his early movies, and it's called Scars of War Vietnam 4-Movie Collection. So you're getting Casualties of War, Alamo Bay, Summertime Tree. I don't know. I think that's an older. No, it's Michael Douglas. Oh, it's 1970. So yeah, so it's old Michael Douglas. But yeah, Birdie is Alan Parker. So that one's got Matthew Modine and Nicolas Cage in it. So I'm happy about that, because I don't think
Yeah.
this is one that I normally would like be like, oh, I think I want to buy Birdie.
Right.
So I'm glad it's in this pack. So excited about that. Now, me being a huge Tom Cruise fan and a huge Top Gun fan, and I think Maverick was the best film of last year, this I think is one of Nicolas Cage's best movies. I love this film, and I used to quote it a lot. And it finally got a Blu-ray release, and that is Firebirds. When he's at the game, or at the I guess it's like the it's not a game, but it's an assimilator, or whatever it is, where it's like the fake
Yeah.
combat, and he's yelling out, "I am the best, I am the greatest, I am the best," over and over and over again. And this is Top Gun, but with helicopters.
Yeah.
And this has also crazy Sean Young is in it. There she is. Tommy Lee Jones too. But I absolutely love this film. So, and it was brought out by Kino Lorber, and it does have audio commentary by the director.
Nice. I don't have that one.
Yeah. So, you got to pick it up. It's definitely worth it. The next one is one of those ones that has like the Spanish name on it too, but it's called Kill Chain. I've never heard of this one, so I picked it up. I think it was like $5 or something.
Yeah.
So it's good. But it's a violent man can never find peace. Doesn't have any credit, so I have no idea who made it. So,
I know
but
I've seen it, but he's done a few of those movies where they almost kind of run together if I don't watch them more than once. It's like that cover looks like a couple different ones he's made. So I know I've seen it, but it doesn't
yeah,
jump out at me as anything memorable.
right. Then this is a really good one. This is from MVD, and I bought it at one of their sales. It's a double disc, and that's Wind Talkers. And it has the theatrical version and the director's cut. So this is John Woo, and it also Christian Slater. Oh, Christian Slater's got the and credit. But there's a bunch of people in this, like Mark Ruffalo's in it, and there's a few people. James Horner did the music. So, and it's got its nice little slip jacket here. So it's very tight. I don't want to mess that up. And then one that you just brought up, and this is the Blu-ray version, so 8mm.
Nice.
So, and that's it's from Scream Factory.
Okay.
So, and my buddy Cliff is produced the Blu-ray. It's right there. Blu-ray producer,
Nice.
Cliff McMillan,
Awesome.
who I've known for over 30 years now. There's a lot of stuff on here, interviews, audio commentary, making of, so it's definitely worth picking up. So, but it's a good movie. I need to rewatch it. I haven't seen it in a long time.
Yeah, I haven't either. It's definitely good stuff though.
This is one of my favorites that he's done recently, Mom and Dad.
Oh yeah.
Just great. And Selma Blair. So I mean they work well together. So, and
I
I
got
like
a chance to see that one in theaters.
Oh, really?
I got
I
like a limited release. There was one theater that had it close by, and I went. I think it was me and my friend were the only two in the theater. But it's such him singing the Hokey Pokey while destroying a pool table was just fantastic.
And it's fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, if that means
Oh, there
anything
you
to
go.
people. This is another one. There's the Spanish title. I just noticed that from the director of Crank, but they don't have it on the side, but they do have the description here all in Spanish too. So, but yeah, definitely for the director of Crank, you could totally see that.
Oh
But
yeah.
this is a great one, and I like how it says "Mad" down the side here, Mom and Dad. This is one I have not seen, and I've never heard of it until I bought it, and that's Pay the Ghost.
That's another one he did in New Orleans. Like it takes place, I think, during Mardi Gras. If not Mardi Gras, like a Mardi Gras like kind of parade.
Okay.
It's an odd one. Like that's some phrase that I guess there's some ghost story about it that people say that right before they disappear or something, and his son said it, and then it's him trying to find his son.
Oh, got it. Okay. Yeah, there are like kids all down here.
Yeah.
And then double feature, Face Off and Snake Eyes. These are all from like that sale where these were like $5 each, $3 each, $7 each, something like that. And it's like, oh, I'm picking that up. I so want to see that director's cut of Snake Eyes. The original ending, like that 15-minute ending, is on YouTube, where the storm hits. Yeah, like the Ferris wheel breaks off, and it's like a bootleg copy of it, but it's on there. And I really wish that they would have done the longer version of this, which I think was like 3 hours or something. And of course, Face Off is classic. So,
oh yeah.
And this is what I mean by, I hope he's not like a dick. I hope that this isn't an act that he is this way. Is I saw a video where he was talking about his films or answering questions from the internet. And it says, who do you think played better when the faces were off? Do you think Travolta played you better, or do you think you played Travolta better? And he goes, well, Travolta, of course. And he could like if he had an ego, he could have said himself, but he didn't.
Right.
He gave credit to the other guy. I'm like, man, I hope I think they both did well as each other. Yeah, I've come to really like Face Off, another John Woo movie. Yep. This was a Dollar Tree one, which I did enjoy. I liked it because it's kind of got a dystopian feel to it, because it is science fiction, but that's the Humanity Bureau. Yeah, and that I enjoyed. So that I thought was interesting. He's got his little slip jacket there. This one I did not like. I was not a fan, and I could tell the ending like 10 minutes into the movie. So, and that's A Score to Settle. Was not a fan.
Yeah,
He's fine, but I knew what was going to happen. I'm just like, oh, okay, I know what's happening.
that's
And
the one
it's
where his son gets out of jail, right? He's trying
yeah,
to reconnect with his son. Okay,
yeah. And then there's the twist.
right.
So, but yeah, if they even show you the twist, but with I don't want to say what it is, just in case people want to see it, but they show you like a flashback with the twist, and I'm like, no, I'm not buying it. I'm just no. He was
Right.
good, but I just yeah. And then of course, Left Behind, which I read that it was his brother is like a priest and wanted him to do this,
Oh yeah, okay.
which is funny that Nicolas Cage of Face Off is a priest at one point.
That's
Um,
true.
and so that's why he did it, but it has really nothing to do with the books.
Yeah.
So even though I did enjoy this, and I still like, I'm sorry, I like this better. And this is the Left Behind trilogy, so it's all three movies, and it stars the amazing Kirk Cameron, and it does follow the books a lot closer. Like he does meet the devil and everything, and that one they don't. I can't stand Kevin Sorbo, but he did bring out another one. I think it's called like Left Behind, Rise of Satan, or Rise of the Devil, or Antichrist,
Yeah.
or something. That I do want, because I am a fan of these. And the writers of the books hate atheists, which I am, and they say that we should be killed. Nice Christian values there, guys.
Right.
So,
I
okay.
do think, not to backtrack, I think he looks weird again on the Left Behind cover also.
Yeah, he's questioning.
Yeah, he's perplexed.
Well, he went through that weird phase of having, I don't think this is one of them though, because this looks more brown and the picture looks more brown, but where he had that solid black hair like Tom Hanks had, which
Yeah.
which is such an unnatural dye job. But I
Yeah.
think that he had it for Ghost Rider, which made sense to the character, and then he kept it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it's just
That's what I
like,
was gonna, that's what I was gonna say. It was like mid 2000s. He was kind of rocking that for a while.
yeah, and Hanks had that in like one or two of the um I don't know what were those books that he did the movies on with like the Mona Lisa and
Oh, the Da Vinci Code.
Da Vinci Codes. Thank you. That's what I was trying to think. Yeah. I think in the last one, Inferno, he has like the jet black hair. And it's like, nope,
Yeah.
dude. Nope, not buying it. And then my last two, I got this is a double feature. But the first one on here is Dread, which does not have Nicolas Cage, but very, very underrated, very overlooked. Sad we will never get a sequel to it. It is a really good version of the comic book, but this does have Drive Angry with Amber Turd before she was a disgrace. She was just the hot girl that was in all these movies like Pineapple Express and was it the remake of The Stepfather and stuff. That's before she became a nightmare. But Drive Angry is really good. I really like how even the devil finds sacrificing children to be disgusting.
Right.
So that's good. That was fun.
And Dread was good too. I didn't think I would like it, and I still gave it a shot, and I ended up buying that movie. I really liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was good, and I'm a big fan of Dread. So when I saw it as a double feature, it's like, ooh, let's get that. And then this is a triple feature, and it's Trespass with Nicole Kidman, Bad Lieutenant with Eva Mendes, and Stolen, and it just says Nicolas Cage on that one. So I've seen Bad Lieutenant, but I haven't seen the other ones.
Trespass, like a home invasion movie, and it's okay. Stolen, I don't remember much about it, but I mean, I love Bad Lieutenant.
He is so crazy in it, and it's great because it's directed by Werner Herzog, who I think is just a god as far as directing and an actor and all that. I mean, Werner Herzog was great as the main villain in Jack Reacher, and I was so happy. I'm like, oh my god, Werner Herzog is in this. So then he plays the bad guy, and his voice is kind of like a Morgan Freeman voice where he can narrate things and you just want
Right.
to listen to him for hours, even though he's German and everything sounds like kill them, kill
Yeah.
them. But
Yeah.
his voice is still awesome. So, who directed? And I think Trespasses. Yeah, Joel Schumacher.
Oh wow. Okay.
Stolen is Simon West, the guy who did Con
Wow.
Air. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, there you go. And that's all my stuff. What about you?
That's three pretty good directors in one set.
Yeah.
I'll try to rifle through the stuff that we already have in common since we already touched up on those. No particular order. I also have Knowing. Like that one. Good movie.
Yeah. You got it on Blu-ray.
And I've got Joe by itself. I will say I think I've gotten better at. I used to be a release day person on a whole lot of stuff, and I feel like that now I've gotten to where I know it's going to go on sale, and if it's not some limited version or something like that, I can pretty much just wait the few months and then get it for half or a third or whatever.
Yeah, I've decided to do that now. I think I'm not going to like buy as many stuff for sales. So there'll be less pictures up on Facebook of stuff that I purchase because it's one of the stuff that it gets expensive after a while. But it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like I was going to buy Renfield for this, but then I started looking it up and I'm like, God, it's like $24, $20. And then I saw it used on Amazon for 12. And it's like, yeah, but it's not going to get here in one day because I was looking it up yesterday.
Right.
So it's like, but it's $12, so I'll buy it. And but yeah, it has to be something really unique now that like Scream 6 I'll buy the day it comes out. And a couple other things I'll buy when it comes out. But a lot of stuff I could just wait. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel the same way, and especially the last few years, I've really hit more on B movie and micro budget stuff. So it seems like that's 90% of what I've probably bought in the last 3 years instead of any of the big, big budget movie kind of stuff. So I'm more of a sucker for that stuff where Indiegogo campaigns, or if it's Polonia, I gotta hit Polonia no matter what. It's just one of those things where I've kind of gravitated more towards collecting those movies, and it's just nice kind of networking with. That's how you and I met, and a lot of these other people. It's just more fun talking to those people about those kind of movies, unless it's somebody special like Nicolas Cage. I've kind of gone more buying that stuff instead of anything else.
I can't do a lot of the crowdfunding stuff. It's just too expensive. I mean, you're getting a DVD, like a Blu-ray, and they want $30. Well, I could take that $30 and do a Wild Eye releasing sale where their movies are 99 cents and buy 30 movies.
Yeah, you get a whole box of them.
Yeah, so to me, I get the crowdfunding as I've done it myself, but I've always tried to price stuff at decently. And when I'm going like, oh well, let's see, maybe I'll pick up a Blu-ray, and it's like $30. It's like, no, I'm sorry, I'll buy it later. When maybe somebody has a sale, like like SOV Horror or Sterling or David Sterling or somebody, then I'll pick it up. But yeah.
Well, what's even sad is looking at some of those, like $30 would be cheap for a Blu-ray. Like there's some that are charging $79 for a limited edition Blu-ray, and it's like you're out of your mind. And like I know how much it costs, like especially Kunaki. I know how much they charge to make a DVD or Blu-ray. So you're making
another
a killing.
Thing. Yeah, it's to let people know, Kanaki, you can make at least a DVD. I haven't done Blu-ray yet, but DVD is like $5.
Yeah, it's next to nothing.
Yeah, that's everything. That's you putting on the art, an insert, the box, everything is like $5.
Yeah.
So it's
and I don't mind contributing to a movie. I know we're getting on a tangent here. I'll try to wrap it up. But you couldn't make it $20, like $15 is still going towards a production. You can't sell it to me for $20.
That's what I did. Yeah. Because what I did with like Meat Massacre 4, and which also pissed off Dustin Ferguson, even though he told me to do it, which I found to be funny, is I charged I think it was like maybe $15 for the Blu-ray for the DVD. So like really it's like $10 for the movie and then like $5 for like the bag and shipping and all that type of stuff.
Right.
So which I thought was fair because it pissed him off and you'll never be able to get that version of the movie again. Once it's gone,
Was he mad that you did it, or was he mad that you weren't charging enough for it?
He was mad that I did it, even though when we were friends, he said you're going to have to learn how to author, you know, like Blu-rays and create posters and inserts and all that type of stuff. And then once we fell out and I figured out how to do it, and it was like he's never going to release this stuff, and I'm getting yelled at by the people who gave me money. I just did it on my own and sent it out, and then he got super pissed off that I did, even though he told me to do it. So I think I made like 100 copies, and then cast and crew got them, and then I saved maybe 10 of them for them people who just wanted them, you know, like they only paid for a poster and shipping. They didn't even pay for the movie. So
yeah, I got one off you about a year or so ago.
Yeah, you got one of my last ones, and once I heard people were saying stuff that Dustin was telling me, I kind of had to make sure about things like, okay, well, who am I selling this to? And because they, you know, because I didn't know you that well, so it's like, is he a spy? Is he like working with Dustin? Like, you're gonna get a copy of it and then show it to Dustin, and you know, and then I realized you weren't, and it was just like, oh yeah, I have one. So
that would also be something that I would love to go into detail about any of that kind of stuff anytime you want to do just some general B movie discussion or micro budget stuff. Like I that's one thing, like Nicolas Cage. I mean, I can talk about that stuff all day.
oh yeah, we could do a video where maybe we pull out 20 movies, let's say, from different indie filmmakers. So you could do, you know, Mark Polonia, you could do Ron Bonk, you could do Brad Twigg, you could even do Dustin Ferguson. You know, we could do anybody and just, you know, talk about them. So
yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
It could happen to you.
I still need to see that.
I think I watched it maybe when it came out, but even then when this came out, I want to say the late 90s. I mean, I know the story, but I don't remember the movie. I know it's like he didn't have money for his tip, so told the waitress, you know, if I hit with this lottery ticket, we'll split it, and then his wife gets pissed off at him or something like that.
Oh yeah, isn't it based on an article? Something like cop leaves waitress $1 million tip or something like that?
I think so. Joel Siegel said it's this year's Sleepless in Seattle.
Well, damn, now I have to go see it.
Well, there you go. I also have the Humanity Bureau.
Yes.
Good movie.
Nicolas Cage without a beard.
That's right. That's right.
Are his movies different from him having a beard and not having a beard?
I mean, some of those, like Between Worlds, I don't know if he would have been as out there without a beard. Maybe he would have been, but it was pretty out there in that one. He has a beard, but then he was out there in Bad Lieutenant and didn't have a beard. So that's a good question. Yeah. Honeymoon in Vegas.
Need that one. Yeah.
Not bad.
That's a second trip to Vegas, I guess.
Yep. And I don't know how you are when I keep them wrapped until I watch it. So unfortunately, this is a very old Best Buy sticker on it, and I still haven't watched it. So go figure. I like to keep them wrapped to remind myself if I haven't seen it or not.
Oh, that's a good idea. Actually, I normally just take mine off because I want to see inside and make sure the disc isn't scratched and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, you do the whole unboxing and everything too, so that kind of lines up well for that. Also got Stolen.
Oh, okay. So you got them all separate. Okay.
I have the same double feature you do, but the cover art's a little different.
Oh.
Mine's side to side, and I think yours was top and bottom.
Yeah.
If I remember right.
Yeah.
So there we go.
Huh.
I'm guessing probably the same company. We probably got the same disc.
Yeah, it's double at least. So
I don't know if mine might be a single. I don't know.
You haven't opened it?
That's a good question. No. Then I've got Gone in 60 Seconds.
That one, see, that's done by the same. That's the same as mine. You see how that silver swish. I need Gone
Disney
in 60
released
seconds.
This one.
Are these?
Yeah, because it was Touchstone. Yeah, Disney released this one.
See, you're lucky that that you got some of those as singles, because all of mine, like Bad Lieutenant, Stolen, and Trespass, even though it's DVD and Blu-ray, they're all on one disc. So you got them, yeah, you got them individually.
Right.
So that's
you got
nice.
that sweet Echo Bridge barcode though.
That's right.
And then I've got Ghost Rider, first one.
Yeah. Oh, didn't they make a Gone
Liked
in
it.
60 Seconds too? But it had nothing to do
Yeah,
with Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, it was like when they were rolling out a bunch of like direct to video sequels, because they did what else did they do? Didn't they do another Basic Instinct before they did the Sharon Stone sequel? I don't remember. There was a couple movies like they did sequels to that had nothing to do with the original.
Yeah. Well, they did that with some Van
And
Damme stuff. Yeah.
I also got Frozen Ground.
Yeah. So yours are much better. They're yeah. You got them individually.
Which is sad. I don't know if you've ever seen on Walmart on their stickers now, especially on their bargain stuff. It'll tell you when it got put in the bargain bin, and this one is May of 2014.
Ah.
It's a Blu-ray bin on it, and yet it's still sealed. So I got this one 9 years ago.
That's funny.
But a lot of those, if it's at Redbox, I'll rent it, and then when I find it for cheaper, I'll buy it. But since I watched it recently, another one of his newer ones that I really liked was Willy's Wonderland.
I was with it. I liked it. I mean, I like that he doesn't say a word in it, and at one point he released it to be in the muscle cars, or maybe he still is. Because of Gone in 60 Seconds?
Yeah. I mean, it was good. I liked that they took a chance, and I don't know, just him not talking when he's such a good speaker.
I mean, what an easy role. Wait a minute. So I don't have to talk in the entire movie. Just give me a muscle car and I'm in.
Yeah, and a pinball machine to play with.
But they just made, was it Five Nights at Freddy's?
Yeah, supposedly I'd heard, I don't know if they just started messing with it again, but supposedly they'd done it years ago, and it's about to come out, which I saw the trailer for it. I don't know anything about the video game. I mean, I know the basis of it, but I'll give it a watch. I think it's going to be in, I think it's Peacock same day as in theaters. So, I mean, how can I not watch it if it's going to be?
Yeah, kind of like Banana Splits is kind of that type of thing too. I worked on one with Will Colossal. I acted
Night
in
of the Zomgols.
Night of the Zomgols. I just got the Blu-ray for that yesterday from him. So him and Julianne Prescott worked on it. Mike Ferguson, who's in Bullet Train with, speaking of Brad Pitt.
I like Zomgols. I thought the robots, I don't remember, I guess the Zomgols. I thought they looked good in it. I liked it.
I have all the Zomgols costumes.
Shut the front door.
Now so here's the thing. I'm going to probably be getting rid of my storage unit. They're in my storage unit. I asked Will if he wants them. He goes, sell them or throw them away. I know you collect stuff like that. So
let me know.
They're all in a big, like in separate bags, because there's, I think, 4 of them, and it has the heads, the hands, the feet. It has everything. So I didn't want to throw them away, but I have no place to put them. Right. And I always thought I'll keep them just in case he wants to do a part 2, but I guess not. So yeah, we'll talk. So yeah, I mean,
I would love to say I would take every single one of them, but I'm sure my wife would have a different situation on that. But I'm all in for one of those for 1,000%. So yeah.
Okay.
Please let me know. Please let me know. I'm glad I brought that up then. That's cool. Or you brought up Zomgols. That's awesome.
I really did, because they're in perfect condition. So
did he film them out there?
Yeah, we shot it here in Vegas at a laser tag place. The same place where Joe Luan has shot a couple of his zombie films, like Live Escape, Live Survival was also done at the I think the first one, Live Escape, was done at the place. And it's a big ass laser tag place with different settings. It looks big. Yeah, there's like the World War II setting, and then there's like there's all these like a art gallery setting, but they're all like destroyed. It's a pretty cool place, actually.
Yeah. I still need to get I saw you got it with your Camp Blood. I know we keep going on tangents here. But I still need to get the Blu-ray from Retrosploitation. And I hit up Will, because like I'm like you, I'd rather buy it direct from the people when I can. And he told me the copies that he had were already accounted or called for or whatever. He was like, next time I get some in, I'll let you know because I'd rather buy it from him than
Yeah, I think
buy
the
it from the website.
ones that he sent out were for basically like cast and crew, maybe. Because I noticed on the back on the bottom it does say retro exploitation, but then it says for private use only.
Oh, okay.
But I think it is listed on the website, on the retro
Yeah.
exploitation website. So
Yeah,
I'm not really sure.
It is because I thought about getting it when I got the Bloody Nun double feature that's on there, but then
I'm in Bloody Nun too.
Yes, you are.
I play a priest that blows his brains out. Yep.
But
And I'm in Camp Blood 666 Part 2. I'm in that too.
I am also, but it's just a little photo thing. But
yes, I saw that actually. I watched the movie last night and I go, there's Cody.
I haven't seen it yet. He sent me a digital thing to watch it because I haven't got my stuff yet because I did the shirt and poster and he's getting those from different people, so it's kind of delayed my stuff, but I'm just gonna hold out and watch it when I get it on Blu-ray because I still haven't watched it yet. But I like the original 666, so I'm looking forward to seeing a sequel to it.
This is it's a good disc because it's got the original movie, which is like 70 minutes, and then it's got the rough cut, which is I think like 80 minutes. I think Will said.
Okay.
There's like a slideshow, trailers, audio commentary, stuff like that. So it's a good disc.
Very, very cool. Yeah, I'm looking. I'm trying to be as patient as I can, waiting to watch it. Because I mean, you and I are both we're all in for all that Sterling stuff, especially the Camp Blood movie. So I mean, I'm looking forward to watching it, but I think my stuff should be getting here next week. I think they were waiting on the poster, but I'm definitely looking forward to cracking into that one because it looks fun. And then I also have Mom and Dad.
Oh, but yours is different.
Is it?
Yeah. Your Mom and Dad is not
well, mine says combo pack, but it's not. I don't have a combo in it.
Oh wow.
Mine says DVD and Blu-ray on the top, unless yeah.
So
I got a different cover too. Look at my disc. My disc is different than yours.
And I have I just noticed this, the Spanish cover.
Oh, well, there you go. And mine's like a cracked family photo, it looks like. Maybe they did come out with different versions. But mine doesn't show anything on the back for special features.
Let's see what does mine have. I'm not seeing any special features listed.
Does your back look like mine, except for the two different?
No, I don't have a cracked photo.
Yeah, because the cracked photo in black and white is what my disc is.
Huh. This is Blu-ray DVD combo. What else do you have?
Well, that's what mine says, but then it just has the Blu-ray inside of it. It has a spot for the DVD.
Oh, that sucks. Did you buy it used or?
I'm guessing I did, which I mean, I'd rather have if I'm missing a disc, I'd rather be missing the DVD. But that's weird. But then also my Blu-ray disc is different than yours, so
yeah,
that's kind of crazy. A more recent release has already got multiple, but maybe since yours is just
maybe because it has the Spanish stuff. It's like a new printing of everything.
Yeah, mine doesn't even have the certified fresh on it at all either.
Oh, so, yeah.
You were so proud of that when you showed it.
Oh, I always show certified. I always go certified fresh. I believe in Rotten Tomatoes when it's convenient for me. So for like Top Gun Maverick, when it was like 98%, I'm like, yes. And then for Indiana Jones, the new Indiana Jones film, where it's like 88, I'm like, no, that's bots. That's all bots. No, it's bots.
Those are super fans just pumping in some numbers.
Probably.
I've also got Bad Lieutenant. Love it. Crazy Nicolas Cage. He's so good in that movie.
Do you have the original Bad Lieutenant?
Harvey Keitel? I do not.
Yeah. I want to get that one. Yeah, I want that one too.
That would be cool. That'd be fun to run a double feature of.
Yeah, because Harvey Keitel is crazy in that one too. Oh, what's that?
And I've got 211.
Don't know.
This one, inspired by one of the longest and bloodiest real-life events in police history. Nicolas Cage is a cop. Young civilian passenger find themselves underprepared and outgunned when fate puts him squarely in the crosshairs of a daring bank heist in progress.
Oh, never heard of that. Okay.
Yeah, it's not bad. I want to say this is, I think it's one of those ones I rented at Redbox. He's a cop in it. It's not bad.
Nicolas Cage playing a cop. How unusual.
Right. Another one I got, Seeking Justice.
Oh yeah, I want that one. Yeah.
Him and
That's
Guy
got...
Pearce was good. Yeah, I like this one. It's got him. You can't see it on the front, but he's got a beard in it, so it's got to be good.
Coming from two guys with beards.
Right. I've also got A Score to Settle. It was like you. It was okay. Nothing special.
Yeah, maybe if I rewatch it knowing really what it is, I might like it better. But
right.
I didn't mind, like, if the film was actually about him with like his son, I probably would have liked it better. Like, I think the twist kind of ruined it.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't
Running with the Devil, him and Lawrence Fishburne.
Don't know that one.
2 runners, 1 mission, 0 chance.
Wow.
Yeah, the drug runners in it. Not too bad.
Okay.
Not too bad. Which, speaking of drug runners, one called The Runner.
The Runner. I know of that one, but yeah, I need that one too. It's got
yeah,
the
that
lighthouse.
one's good. I really like American Horror Story, so having Sarah Paulson in it was nice.
Yeah,
I think he was like a retiring government official or something like that. I also have Next. Good stuff.
Oh yeah.
Second, Ghost Rider, not as good, but
still fun.
Had to get both of them. And then the awesome MVD, Vampire's Kiss.
See, I need to get that one. That's on sale again. Yeah.
It doesn't say if it's new commentary or not, but it's definitely on this one.
I don't think. Yeah, I'll have to check the DVD. I don't think it has it. I think it's just the movie. I could be wrong.
It's really good. I mean, I know we talked about like that was an actual cockroach he ate in the movie, which is nuts considering like that kind of stuff wouldn't happen anymore. The Lord of War, good stuff. I like Jared Leto can be very good. He's good in that movie.
Yeah, before he kind of went insane and started his own cult.
Yeah.
Him and Ezra Miller should meet up.
I don't know, kidding, do a buddy comedy.
Yeah, his Joker and his Flash. There you go.
Yeah. This one I didn't like just because I don't really like these kind of movies. It's called Season of the Witch.
I love that film. I saw it at a test screening before it came out. But it's funny that you bring up that film because when we're done with this, I'm going to go to, I don't want to say whose house it is, because then they'll know that he's gone. But I'm going over to a friend's house to take care of his pets. And I was going through Tubi and I marked some films to watch, and that's one of them. I said, I haven't seen this since the screening, and I've wanted to buy it. So, and it's got Ron Perlman in it. So, I figured, I remember liking it, but I'll let you know on the second viewing.
Yeah, it's like I've never been a fan of like Nights movies or anything like that. Just that kind of stuff. I don't know why. It's one of those things that I've just never been a fan of. But yeah, let me know if it's still just as good, and I'll give it another shot. The Rock,
the unofficial last James Bond movie starring Sean Connery. That's what
true.
they call it. They say that it's an unofficial James Bond movie. And Connery never said it wasn't.
Right.
But everybody's good in that one. Yeah.
Yeah, very good movie.
And of course,
Rage.
I lived in the Bay Area, so I looked
by
down.
Alcatraz.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Ooh, Rage! I don't.
Rage. Know. This one's all right. He's like a kind of a mob boss kind of thing. It's all right. The closest thing we'll ever get to Nicolas Cage playing Joe Exotic. Primal.
I know of that one. I think from you, but I've never seen it. Yeah,
he's on a ship. They have there's a tiger on there, and the tiger gets loose, but he's the handler. So I mean, it's okay. I also have Pay the Ghost.
Nice.
Arsenal. This one actually has John Cusack in it, and Nicolas Cage has a mustache.
Oh wow! So what does that mean? So is it a goatee or a mustache?
What's he got? No, it's a mustache. He's got the full.
So we have bearded Nicolas Cage, clean shaven Nicolas Cage, and now mustache Nicolas Cage. And I think in Deadfall,
That movie that he did with like Mickey Dolenz and John Cusack may even be in that one too. He's got the mustache.
Yeah. I still haven't watched this one at all, but
I need to see that
one. Yeah, it looks good. I'm sure this one came out probably around that time that they did the Frozen Ground. I haven't seen this one yet either, but it's almost like an indecent proposal movie. It's called Inconceivable.
I have a screenshot of that on my phone because there was a trailer for that on another movie. I'm like, what the hell's this? It's like a ... from hell movie, like, single white female, the roommate, right. Hand that rocks the cradle and stuff. And I'm like, well, he made one of these? And so, yeah, I have a picture so I don't forget the name of it.
Yeah,
so I do.
It's got Faye Dunaway and Gina Gershon in it.
Ooh, Gina Gershon. Bound. Jennifer
and of course, the great Wicker Man.
I so have to own that. I have to. The original is so good, and the remake is so bad.
I like the way he played the character though, but it's definitely not a great movie.
But if it wasn't for Cage,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Grand Isle with Kelsey Grammer.
Oh wow, okay.
This one's okay. It's like I don't know if he gets stuck at this people's house during a storm, and like Kelsey Grammer's wife's trying to seduce him, and I don't know. It's okay.
Kelsey's not good enough for her, I guess.
I guess
with all that Frasier money.
Well, if you got bearded Nicolas Cage, I mean, what decision are you going to make?
So it's kind of like Michael Biehn, if you remember. Whenever he has a mustache, he played a bad guy.
Yeah,
like the Abyss. He was a bad guy because he had a mustache.
Got the long hair in it. You got the full on going on there.
Oh, he's got the handlebar mustache.
I want to say this one was even a New Orleans one. Like he was rolling out some New Orleans movies for a while.
Probably liked it there. It's like just find me movies in New Orleans.
Right. Yeah, I think he's got a house. He's got a tomb there, doesn't he? Or is that in Vegas?
I only know the one. A tomb?
I think so.
Oh, wow.
Where he wants to be buried when he dies.
Maybe half of him will be Vegas and half will be New Orleans.
Yeah. They're going to cut him down at the face.
Yeah. And then it will be Face Off.
That's right.
Literally Face Off.
This one, I wanted to like it more than I did just because it seems so nuts, but I think Nicolas Cage is fantastic in it, and that's Mandy.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. I wanted to like it so much, and it's okay. It's just a very odd movie.
I put it right up there with like The Color of Space. So
yeah. And then I've also got his only Funko Pop he's ever done.
Oh my God.
As the character from Mandy.
I'm gonna have to get that. There should just be a Nicolas Cage Funko Pop. Just him.
There should be.
Yeah, not a character.
Put the beard on and take it off.
Oh, that would be great. Or have two separate ones. You can make more money that way.
That's true.
And then you can do a limited edition mustache one.
That Mandy one, there are two different versions of it, but I went for the cheaper one. I think the other one he's more bloody. I want to say. I also have Trespass.
Okay.
It's okay. I haven't watched this one yet, but it's got Tom Sizemore in it and Thomas Jane, USS Indianapolis.
Don't have that one. I know what it's about, but yeah, I don't.
Yeah, based on a true story.
The story from Jaws.
All right, we're getting to the home stretch here. Speaking of Family Man, I've got that one.
Love that movie.
Good movie. Good. I've got Face Off on its own.
Nice.
This one was pretty good for his more recent stuff called Dying of the Light.
I know of it. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's not too bad. Of course, I've got Massive Talent. I know we talked about it when it came out. Walmart came with the t-shirt version that you and I would have loved to have got, but one, it didn't list the shirt size, and two, we were worried it was going to be like a small or medium. So
yeah, I don't like getting that stuff. Yeah, it's got to be, it's got to lose weight.
I hear you. Another one that's kind of there was Season of the Witch that I didn't really like just because of the kind of movie it was Outcast.
Oh yeah, I heard about that one. Yeah, I want to see that one too.
Him in it and Hayden Christensen are the two big ones in it.
So they need to have an actor. So if we have Christian Hayden. We need Hayden Christensen. Kind
Yes.
of like David Keith and Keith David.
Right.
So that way we could keep getting them confused.
That's right. I've got Kick-Ass.
I forgot to pull that one. I have that too. Yes, yes.
Nicolas Cage's Big Daddy.
He is so good in that.
Like the first one, I did not like Kick-Ass 2 at all.
I liked Kick-Ass too, but I don't like Jim Carrey bad-mouthing the movie because he's like, oh, it's so violent and guns and everything. And well, I mean, I'm not for guns. I'm not for the Second Amendment or anything like that. But dude, you signed on to the movie. You read the script. I mean, and you were really good in it. So
yeah, I think that's what kind of soured me on the second one, because like you did the part, and then after, like, I'm not going to promote it, and it promotes gun violence. Like, well, like you just said, like, you knew that when you signed the contract and we paid you the money.
yeah. So I like the second one, but yeah, the first one is much better. Man, I forgot to pull that one. I forgot he was in that.
I also have Left Behind. Not one of my favorites, but I definitely had to have it.
I love all religious end of the world stuff. I absolutely love it. So
I've got Leaving Las Vegas.
got to get
Great
that
movie.
one.
Really like that one.
Yep, that's the one that he won the Academy Award for.
I've got A Slightly Fancier Drive Angry.
Oh yeah, you got a slipcover and everything on that.
Yeah, that one's pretty neat. I really like that movie too. This one he did with William Dafoe, where they were like gangsters coming back after they got out of prison, back to like the small town they came from. It's called Dog Eat Dog.
Oh, don't know that one. Okay.
Not bad. I mean, it's a lot of these ones you can definitely probably find in the $7 less bins. Of course, Con Air.
I need that one. Yep.
Nobody moves or the bunny gets it.
So I wonder how like that would be done today, because you have what's his face, who's the child molester, who's running around and he sees the girl by the swimming pool, and
Yeah.
like if they did a remake, would that be completely missing? Just that character wouldn't exist anymore?
It could be, or just make it a different, I don't know, make him a different kind of villain and something else happens. I don't know. That's tough.
Yeah.
That is a good question.
Good movie though. Ends
I've
in
also
Las
got-
Vegas.
Yeah. I've also got Color Out of Space.
Color Out of Space. I've been saying it wrong. So yes.
That's all right. Made by the same guy that did Donnie Darko. Between Worlds.
Okay, you got that one. Any Spanish on it?
So
No.
no.
I think they do the Spanish ones. I think they do those for Dollar Tree, because probably they bought us, like Spanish people, Hispanics and stuff probably shop there.
Right. Which,
That's
I
what
mean,
I'm
it's
guessing.
you've bought some, you can watch it in English, so it doesn't affect it all. So I mean,
Yeah, I think the subtitles are optional. So I have a few of
Right.
those. I have like a little stack of them where they're like that. So I even have some
Yeah.
like that they're like that Dwayne Johnson one, Skyscraper. It's
Yeah.
all Spanish, except in
Really?
little parentheses it says Skyscraper, but everything else is Spanish. And I
That's
just do it for
funny.
the poster. I'm like, oh, but it's Blu-ray. I'll pick it up.
Right. Last two I got Bangkok Dangerous.
Stupid title. They should call it something else.
And then I've got an animated movie with Nicolas Cage in it that is not The Croods. It's called Ant Bully.
Oh shit! Yeah, he's in Amboy. That's right. He's in the Croods. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. See, I'm way behind. I'm just not as big of a fan as you, I guess, or it's I know all these and have all of them. So
Yeah,
Wow.
that is my law right there.
nice. Well, that's some good stuff, man. Yeah, it's an impressive list. There's a guy who just moved out here. I sent him a message saying welcome to Las Vegas, and he didn't respond. But Elvis the Alien, he's on YouTube. Massive Nicolas Cage fan. He has a Nicolas Cage stand-up, that like a full-size stand-up, and he constantly makes his mouth move, like he'll do like the V effect of his mouth moving.
Yeah.
So he comments constantly on the movies, especially if it's a Nicolas Cage film. And I don't know where he moved from, but he moved out here to Vegas. And so you may want to check him out, give him a little plug, because he is like a huge Nicolas Cage fan. That's where I learned about some of these.
That's awesome.
Were from him. And because I think, like he reviewed Mandy, I think, and then some of his other weird ones he did. So he's definitely worth watching. And yeah, so that's, you want to get into some of his movies, do some more of his
Sure.
later stuff. So let's
Sure.
so I think once again, because I was lazy.
I think we ran through his filmography last time, but I don't know
Which
how far we went as far as like upcoming stuff.
so
Because a lot
yeah,
of his older stuff we kind of just went over a good chunk of it because of either you had or I had, but I don't remember if we talked about any of the upcoming stuff yet or anything that's been out, you know, in the last 6 months or a year from when we did it last time.
so look at a couple things here. So it's kind of starting from the beginning. Yeah. Fast Times at Ridgemont I credited as Nicholas Coppola. Wonder if he'll ever do a movie with his dad or any of his, has he done anything with his relatives?
I think other than that, or he was in what he was it Rumblefish?
Was he in Rumblefish?
Yeah, I think he had a small part in that. That was
Yeah,
a
and
Coppola movie.
that's Coppola.
I want to
yeah,
say I
'cause-
think that's the only one that he did with a Coppola.
yeah, because he's got a lot of family members out there.
Yeah.
And then Never on a Tuesday, direct to video, uncredited cameo. Man in Red Sports Car. Industrial Symphony #1, The Dream of the Brokenhearted. It's a concert film. He is brokenhearted. That Zandile, direct to video. He's in a documentary, A Century of Cinema. What do you think about his producer stuff? Have you seen a lot of stuff like Bel Air, Shadow of the Vampire? I really liked.
I haven't seen those two.
Yeah, Shadow of the Vampire is really good. It's it's interesting because it's the making of Nosferatu.
Oh, okay.
And so speaking of Willem Dafoe, he plays, I'm blanking on God, it's the character's name is what Christopher Walken was in Batman Returns. Max Schreck. Max Schreck played Nosferatu. And Max Schreck believed, he became method during the filming of Nosferatu and believed that he was a vampire.
Oh, wow.
Oddly enough. And of course, Nicolas Cage produced it. So yeah. I think that's, so I think he's got a thing for vampires here. You know, maybe thinking he is a vampire. Bel Air, I don't know what that is. I can't click on it. Christmas Carol, the movie, he had a voice role. Oh, he was Marley. Sonny, also director and producer.
I think James Franco's in that one, if I remember right.
Yeah, I thought Franco directed it. No, it's directed. Is this Nicolas Cage's only directed film?
I think so.
Wow. Okay, I haven't seen that, but yeah, Franco is in it. Of course, love adaptation.
Yeah.
Producer only on The Life of David Gale.
Yeah, I remember liking that movie when I saw it. That's what Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, it's a decent film. Lord of War, he's also producer. The Ant Bully, which you just showed, voice, he plays Zoc. The Wicker Man, he was also the producer. Oh no. Grindhouse, of course, he plays Fu Manchu.
Yeah. Why hasn't that been made into a movie yet?
And you have to have him as Fu Manchu.
Yeah.
So now we have Nicolas Cage that we need a Superman and Fu Manchu. Come on, Rob Zombie. Yeah, segment Werewolf Women of the SS. He's uncredited. That is not true. It does say in the trailer, and Nicolas Cage as Fu Manchu.
Yeah.
So that is not correct. Meow. Bangkok Dangerous. Yeah, he was producer. G-Force, isn't that the one with the guinea pigs?
Yeah, Disney movie.
Yeah, Speckles. He was voice role on that one. Astro Boy, voice role.
Oh yeah.
Dr. Tenma. Sorcerer's Apprentice. He was Balthazar. He was also executive producer. 1,000 Words, producer only.
Haven't seen that one.
No. Can't Stand Losing You, Surviving the Police, producer documentary. So that's the so he must be a police fan because that's the documentary about the police. The Krugs, voice role.
Yeah.
Krug. Rage, you have Rage.
Yeah.
That says video on demand. Oh, so now we're getting into wow. Okay. Video on demand movies. Okay. Rage. Dying of the Light, The Runner, Pay the Ghost, USS Indianapolis, Men of Courage, Army of One. These are all video on demand, VOD.
Army of One's good. I know I have that. That's the one where it's based on a true story of he's like this quirky guy that keeps going to Afghanistan to try to kill Osama bin Laden.
Oh,
based on a true story.
Okay. Okay. I think I've seen it, but I'm not sure. Okay. Arsenal. Vengeance, a Love Story. He's also producer. Inconceivable, the ... from Hell movie. That's video on demand. Looking Glass.
That's a weird one.
Yeah, let's see. What's the? Yeah, I don't know that. Don't even know the poster.
Him and his wife buy some. I don't know if he has like some high-profile job and gets fired, decides to quit, and they buy like some seedy roadside motel, and he finds out that the guy that owned it before was like a peeping Tom, so all the mirrors are double mirrors, and he witnesses a murder.
Oh wow! Okay, it's directed by Tim Hunter, who did like The River's Edge and some other stuff. The Humanity Bureau, video on demand. 211, also video on demand. Teen Titans Go to the movies. He was Superman.
Yep.
Voice role. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. He did a voice role. He was Peter Parker. Oh, Spider-Man Noir.
Yeah.
That is awesome casting.
Yeah, he did great in it too.
Then back to VOD, Beyond Worlds. Love, Antosha.
Seen that one.
It was at Sundance. It's a documentary. He's the narrator.
Okay.
A Score to Settle, video on demand, also executive producer. Yeah. Racing with the Devil, he's the cook, video on demand. Kill Chain, Primal, Grand Isle, Jiu-Jitsu. That's one I want to get.
Oh yeah.
So those are all video on demand. Then the Krug's New Age, Krug, voice role. Willie's Wonderland, he's the janitor, video on demand, also producer. That's another way you get him in your movie. You make him a producer.
Yep.
Pig, also producer. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, also producer, credited as, this is interesting, Nicholas Kim Coppola.
It's his real name.
Yeah. And he played Nick and Nikki. Video on demand, The Old Way, which is a Western. And then The Flash, Superman uncredited cameo. Coming up, this is 2023, 2024. He is Sympathy for the Devil. Oh, I saw a video for that. That looks okay. He plays the passenger.
Yeah.
That's post-production. The Retirement Plan, completed. Dream Scenario, post-production. Arcadian, post-production. And Long Legs, post-production, also producer. So, and then television, Best of Times, credited as Nicholas Coppola. Saturday Night Live. He only host 1992, and then he did a cameo in 2012 on Weekend Update. That's right. He's only been on twice. The Dresden Files.
That one's if you haven't seen that, there were what was it, Andy Samberg was doing a Nicolas Cage impression, and it'd be a recurring thing on Weekend Update. and then they had one where he was able to clone himself, and that's when he came out, and so did Nicolas Cage. It's really funny.
Oh, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
Dresden Files, executive producer only. And then The History of Swear Words, which I think is Netflix.
Netflix. I've started it, but didn't get too far.
Yeah, himself hosts 6 episodes. And then he's in a video game that's this year, 2023, Dead by Daylight, voice as Nicolas Cage, also likeness. So he's, I guess his character looks like Nicolas Cage.
As it should.
As it should, that's right. Yeah, so he's, and you can't really, the guy's never stopped.
No.
So producing and directing, yeah, he made his directorial debut 2002 with Sunny, a low-budget drama starring James Franco as a male prostitute whose mother serves as his pimp. Good for them. Nicolas Cage has a small role in the film, which received poor reviews and a short run in limited number of theaters. Nicolas Cage's producing career includes Shadow of the Vampire, which was his first effort from Saturn Films. Oh, that's his film company, I guess. Early 2006, he announced at the Bahamas International Film Festival that he planned on curtail his future acting endeavors to pursue other interest. The Dresden Files on Sci-Fi Channel, where he's listed as executive producer. He's also an avid comic book fan, and he auctioned a collection of 400 comics through the Heritage auctions for over $1.6 million. You know, all that went to taxes.
Yeah.
In 2002, it's probably the only reason why he did it. In 2007, he created a comic book with his son Weston called Voodoo Child. Okay. And it was published by Virgin Comics. Cage is a fan and collector of painter and underground comic book artist Robert Williams. He has written introductions to Just a Pause magazine and published the painting Death on Boards. Man. And do you know what he calls his acting style?
Oh, I've heard it, but I don't remember it.
It's, I'm probably going to mispronounce it here. It's like, what is it, like nouveau schematic? Nouveau schematic? It's his own method of.
He's talked about writing a book on it, but I don't know if that'll ever actually happen.
He should. I would buy that.
Yeah, for sure.
So, wow. So that's a lot of his stuff there. So let's. Is there anything that you're looking forward about him coming out that you know of?
I mean, the only thing I know that I've seen anything for is I saw that trailer for Sympathy of the Devil or For the Devil, and it looks okay.
Yeah, it didn't look amazing to me.
I'll definitely. It's probably like it's another one of those movies that if he hadn't been in it, I wouldn't give it a second thought.
I have to agree with that. Yeah.
You didn't. There isn't too much he's got coming up, which is kind of weird because for a while he was churning them out. Like every couple months there'd be something new from him. So you can definitely tell he's not doing these movies because he has to anymore.
Yeah, I think that's me. He's now that he's paid off, he can relax a little bit.
Yeah.
So because it's yeah, kind of going backwards here. There's The Flash, Renfield, The Old Way, Butcher's Crossing, The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, Pig, Willy's Wonder World. It was kind of like almost like 2 or 3 a year. Prisoners of Ghostland, The Croods, New Age, Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah, yeah, it really is, because it's like 2003, The Flash, Renfield, The Old Way, then 2022, Butcher's Way, Massive Talent, and then 2001, Pig, Willy Wonderland, Prisoners, and then 2020, The Croods 2, Jiu-Jitsu. Then 2019, we got 4. Grand Isle, no, yeah, Grand Isle, Primal, Kill Chain, and Running with the Devil. 2019, Running with the Devil, Color of Space, A Score to Settle, Love and Oshia. Yeah, so he was doing like 3 or 4 movies a year. Fuck, here's 5. Oh God. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Mandy, Looking Glass, the Humanity Bureau, 211, Teen Titans Go, Spider-Man, the Spider-Verse, Between Worlds. I mean, the guy's never home.
No.
Snowden. I didn't know that he was in Snowden.
Oh, I didn't either.
I want to see that movie. Yeah, Outcast I do want to see. Yeah, there's still a lot of stuff in here I have not seen yet. I forgot that he was in G-Force.
Yeah, I did too.
But we definitely need another national treasure. We have to. Oh yeah, World Trade Center.
Yeah, I like that one. Oliver Stone.
Yeah. Yeah. Now we're going way back here, which I think we probably talked about before. Family Man, Gone in 60 Seconds, Bringing Out the Dead. City of Angels, he was good in.
Yeah.
Death Kiss, a remake that has nothing to do with the original movie.
Right.
Yeah, here's Deadfall, 1993. Michael Biehn, surprisingly without a mustache. Nicolas Cage, James Coburn, Peter Fonda, Charlie Sheen, Talia Shire. There we go. That's
Nice.
his aunt, isn't it?
Think so.
Yeah, because she's a Coppola. Directed by Christopher Coppola.
Oh, there you go. Like that movie tanked. Maybe it's one of the few movies that got 0 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Budget is 10 million. It only made 18,000.
Wow.
But I know Mickey Dolenz for the Monkees is in it. That's the only reason why I watched it. Actually, I've only seen the scene with Mickey Dolenz in it.
Probably for the best.
Michael Biehn called this one of the worst films he ever made.
There you go.
Wow. Yeah, Mickey Dolenz is Bart. Wow. Okay. So anything else we want to talk about with Cage, or what do you think? Should wrap it up?
I can't think of anything.
What other? So Tally Shire, and I keep blanking on his name and I shouldn't. Okay, here, relatives. So we got an August Coppola, Francis Ford Coppola, then there's Nick Cage, nephew, Christopher Coppola, Sophie Coppola. There's also, yeah, Jason Schwartzman. That's who I was trying to think of. So that's Talia Shire's kid. So he's a
Gotcha.
Coppola. He's connected. So yeah, Carmine Coppola, who's the dad who does music. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them that I don't think people know about. Oh wow, David Shear, who's the music composer. She used to be married to Tally Shire. Used to be married to him. He does all the music for David Cronenberg.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, all the films but one. He did not do. No, I think he did do all of them. Yeah, I think he replaced Danny Elfman on Ed Wood. But I think he's done all of David Cronenberg's movies. So, but okay. I have a cat right here. So sitting here. Yes.
Wait on you.
Big Boris. We'll probably get a few meows. Up there goes his tail. Got to put his butt in the camera view.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we can wrap it up if there's nothing else.
Nothing I could think of anyway.
Okay. I think that's pretty much about it. So, all right, everybody. Well, thank you for watching us. And yeah, maybe our next video we'll do Tom Cruise flicks. We'll wait till Mission Impossible comes out and then we'll do him. So not exactly do him, but make a video on him. There we go. So all right. So we'll say goodbye. Thanks everybody for watching. I appreciate it. And we'll see you on the next one. So bye everybody. Bye. Bye.